I think you've unlocked the money glitch in life, bro.
As of last month, I think I hit, it's like 15, 16,000.
Which comes into the next thing. How were you able to get all of these clients so fast?
I don't think I put more than $20 into paid ads. All of it has been organic so far. I've grew the account from 0 to 7,000 followers.
Where were you at revenue-wise before starting with us? And where are you at right now?
My retainer clients, I probably only had one for $800 a month.
What were those few things that were really just holding you back?
For so long, I've been putting off that risk. I was just like, yeah, it'll come naturally. If you know, like, you need to make a change in your life, just fucking send it, bro. Just go, done, conquer.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? So right now I have Ryan with me, part of the Conquer program. And today we're just gonna have a chat, talking about his experience, talk about how much he's grown. And I mean, look at his beautiful background in New York. I mean,
crazy, bro.
Look like a 3D, look like a green screen. So Ryan, welcome, brother. I'm excited to have you. And I first want to say,
it's a pleasure, bro.
I'm so happy to see your growth, bro. See you, bro. Just seeing you, like, where you've come from in the beginning to where you are now, totally different person. And I'm very grateful to have been part of that, bro. So, dude, if you can just introduce yourself, describe your business, and then, yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, bro. So my name is Ryan Capistrano. I'm the founder of New World Visions. We're a marketing agency specific for e-commerce and clothing brands. And yeah, we do the physical campaigns, we do the shoots, we do the ads, full service. And before this, before Julian's course, I was like a lost puppy. So now we have a direction, and I'm so thankful. It's changed my life.
Amen, brother. I love that. I love that. All right, bro. So let's talk about the big question that everybody wants to know, because, obviously we're all pocket watching at the end of the day. Where were you at revenue-wise before starting with us? And where are you at right now?
Starting out, honestly, I don't think I was doing really shit. Most of my income was from individual photo shoots, stuff like that. My retainer clients, I probably only had one for $800 a month. So it's something really small, insanely small. Now, as of last month, I think I hit, it's like 15, 16,000 that month. And then also my agency takes percentage of revenue that each clothing brand makes off their sales. So that's not including the revenue off sales. That's just pure base price. Yeah.
Pure retainer. Love it, bro.
Yep.
Let's go. So how long did that take?
To be honest, the longest part in the process was actually finding my niche. Really, I just struggled. I was jumping from med spas to gyms to fitness, bro. It was crazy. And then eventually, the second that I found the clothing and e-commerce niche, it took maybe fucking 2 months, bro. And I went full on. Yeah, I mean, 2 months. I mean, I feel like it took 2 months to find my niche, and then 2 months to push it in there.
Exactly, bro. So think about that. You went from less than like a few K a month to running a multiple six-figure business, and you're only going to keep going from here. Dude, that's fucking awesome, bro. Think about how many people can say that.
Bro, it's insane. And the craziest part is, especially with the Conquer course and your lessons, bro, like, I don't think I've even finished 25%. Like, I feel like with there's so much information that, bro, 50K, 100K months are easily there if I actually grow. You know what I mean? It's not
easy.
I'm literally just getting started. I haven't even, like, with all the course modules, with all the meetings and all the lesson videos, bro, I've probably only watched a fraction. I can't even imagine the second I start, indulging and actually learning more into the details about even growing more, bro. It's going to be absolutely insane.
100%, bro. Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions that I think everybody wants to know. And that is, like, what were the main things that you were really, really struggling with when you were stuck only having like one-time shoots, low retainers, and even before working with us? What were those few things that were really just holding you back?
I'm just going to break it down into 3 separate things. Number one, it's the idea of turning like a physical service into a business and being able to grow that. You know what I mean? Running this service as an individual is practically impossible to get it to over 10K, 15K, 20K. It's like unless you work an insane amount of hours, it's practically impossible. And so that's one thing. I was doing it all by myself. I didn't have an editor team. I didn't have a team of VAs and management, nor did I have the system to even manage those people or the skills to manage them myself. So really learning that and
Yeah.
understanding the aspect of managing a team rather than physically. I mean, I still do the service myself. I still shoot occasionally, but more of like everything and managing everything is like one of the most important things. I think the second thing is the niche. I didn't understand the concept of sticking to one thing. I was taking on every business.
Yeah.
And one thing that we learned in the course and in the mentorship is the more that you focus on a particular set of people, the easier it is to grow. Even though that seems a bit like it doesn't make sense initially, it makes like once you actually hit that, you're like it's so much 10, 100 times 20 easier to grow. And then I think the last thing was, I guess, just me. You know what I mean? The physical things that I have to be doing on a daily basis, the mindsets I have to have, and the risk and the pressure it is that needs to take in order to actually grow something.
Yeah,
I think those are the
100%.
three main things. Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, so let's dive into each thing because I think it's very valuable. The first thing you said is that like your business is only as big as you can be, right? Like you, Ryan, were your weakest link. And that's because you were doing everything yourself. You didn't know how to actually run a business, right? There's a difference between being a freelancer, which you were, to actually running a real agency. So let's talk about like what were a few things that specifically that you did that helped, right? And you said hiring an editor, but like let's dive deeper into that.
I think there's like two big awakenings I had. I think the first one is that there are people that love to do what you hate. You know what I mean? Like personally, I hated editing video, but there are guys out there that love it. So might as well give them the opportunity, give them a chance, let them have that. You know what I mean?
100%.
Same thing with video. There's, there's one thing they hate what you're doing, but there's also people that are just better at what you're doing. And so building that team of people that can do things better than you and understanding your own individual strengths, for me, it would be, I really like organizing the physical production. I like putting people together. I like making sure everybody's on time. I like, putting shit where it needs to be. But however, there's other people that really like shooting and they're better than me at that. And they spend all day, that's all they worry about. And so might as well bring those people on, create like the Avengers practically.
100%.
That's the biggest thing I think.
100%. Now let's get into another thing. You said that niching down was super hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you saying it's like, bro, I just want to take on like what about referrals? What about like if I just target everyone? So what was that big mindset shift for you?
So I kind of go two ways with this, right? I still do take on occasional businesses that are just like the most random businesses. However, that is like two things about that. Number one, I'm not physically doing the work. I practically just hire somebody else to do the entire thing for me, right? And I take my cut. That's number one. And then number two with that, I mean, I don't go for that. If it's handed to me, then I'll take it because it's money to fund the actual thing, the business ads. But I'm not on my personal page, on my business account. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going for boba shops, hair salons, barber shops. I'm only saying I'm going for clothing brands, and that's what I want to be known for, and that's what I want to be best at.
100%. So it's marketing to one specific person.
Correct.
And if occasional business does come, and I think right now you're at a point where like you could take that on, but obviously when you're making like 50, 100K, you can say no to those shit. But it's marketing to that one specific person, which comes into the next thing. How were you able to get all of these clients so fast?
Number one is, oh wow, that's a great question. How would I be? Instagram. I have not I don't think I put more than $20 into paid ads. All of it has been organic so far. I've grew the account from 0 to 7,000 followers, all organically. So it's posting consistent. That's number one. Number two is specifically calling out who you want to talk to.
Yep.
And then number three would be putting out good stuff, having solid results.
Yeah.
Putting out good content.
I remember we talked about this, and when we were coming up with like that whole content plan, we were like, dude, we have to create content that clothing brands need to actually want to see, right? And that's exactly what you did. And I call this proof of concept. All right. You need to create videos that are going to answer 3 questions. What's it like working with Ryan? What makes Ryan different? And how can Ryan help me? And all of your behind the scenes shots, all of your content showing answered those 3 questions. If you were just making talking head, you'd still probably be stuck at like 3K right now.
100%.
So it's understanding. This all goes down to niching down and understanding who your client is. And making content that's going to attract them. And the fact that we haven't even fucking ran ads yet, when we do start running ads for you, dude, it's fucking like you're done, right? It's game over. It's game over. Beautiful, bro. I do want to talk about another thing. You know, again, like I don't know if you want to talk about this, but when I first onboarded you, you're like, bro, I'm like stressing out, you know?
But
And I remember you're like, dude, I want to be like David Lara. You're like, bro, you hit like 20K per month. Like, how can I do that? And I'm like, bro, just like, let's just jump in and go after it and listen to what I have to say. So, talk to me about like, just show the audience, like, where were you at that point? Like, how scared were you?
bro, I'm not because modern like TikTok and all that, it's like the guru. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just sounds bad. And so, but for some reason, what you said to me on your paid ad, like whenever I got your message, and then I also got the free training, the 100% book, bro. I was like reading it. I was like, holy shit, this guy knows exactly my problem. You know what I mean? Like he knows exactly what I'm going through. You know what I mean? So that was my initial interest to book the call because I usually never book a call. And then once I booked the call, you started talking to me and then kind of woke me up to the reality of what my life and my business could be. And I feel like for so long, I've been putting off that risk. I was just like, yeah, it'll come naturally. It'll do this, I'll do that. But then I also realized that everybody that makes that decision, everybody that throw themselves into risk and to struggle, those are the people who stay stagnant forever.
100%.
And so I was terrified in a way. Number one, because I've never bought a. It's actually instead of paying off my college tuition and my college loan, which 100% has paid off. Yeah, and I was terrified. I remember like I got off the call with you, immediately went to In and Out, and I started calling all my friends. I'm like, is this a good move? And they're like, and for some reason, like they're just like, bro, you need this. They're like, you've been stagnant for so long that at this point you kind of just gotta take the risk. If it all fails, then at least you learn something. You know what I mean? And then, but obviously it didn't. They're like at the end of the day, Julian looks credible, and if it fails, quote unquote, it's based on your effort, not his, because he
Boom.
already has the proven client testimonials, and so yeah, it's based on you, not based on him, really.
Yeah. So what actions? So that's a big thing you just said there, right? If it fails, it's all on you, right? Like, bro, the roadmap is there. Other people have done it successfully,
Mhm.
right? So you took major accountability because I think that's a big thing to say, right? And you actually listened to what I had to say, and look where you're at right now, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
again, look at the view. The boy's traveling the world right now. I think you're traveling a little bit too much, but I mean, you are traveling for client work, right? You have a shoot in NY
Yeah,
right
it's all
now.
client work. It's all client
Look
work.
at that, bro. So that's another thing. All your clients right now, you're getting nationwide clients,
Worldwide clients. I have clients in Switzerland, Germany. I just signed one in India, Australia, and then all over the US.
bro. How does that feel?
That's like one of the biggest things that changed my business, though. I don't know if this is for everybody, but the biggest thing is creating my blue ocean. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For so long, I was trying to go for med spas and gyms only in the city I lived in, Houston. And then I realized, dang, the percentage of people that I can close is so low. So if I go worldwide with something that
100%.
is practically untouched, or I can close anybody. I think that's the reason why I had relative success so fast. That was the moment I was like,
100%.
okay, yeah. And now I can close a client in
Beautiful.
Dubai. They ship me their e-commerce product. I run their campaign in Houston or New York, and then boom, done. Now I have
Beautiful, bro.
unlimited,
Let's fucking go.
practically unlimited clients. Yeah,
I think
it's
you've
actually good.
unlocked the money glitch in life, bro. You know,
No,
you
100
unlocked
percent.
it,
Like,
and again, bro, I can't wait till we start running ads with you, bro. That's another question. Where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months? Like, what are your goals?
to be honest, I'm practically doubling every month, which is kind of difficult. But with the projected, like even my 10% from getting from ad spend that people, the 10% that I'm receiving from my clients' revenue based on our performance on ads, well, I can easily hit 50K, 100K a month. Is that like that's business wise?
Let's go.
Personally, my personal goal is 15, 20K take home. Like that's mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
To my, like, you know what I mean, to spend. And then because right now I'm putting everything back in the business, every dollar, bro, every dollar. Even this, I mean, you can call this trip like
I have to.
business too. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm putting every single dollar back
Huh.
into it. You know, I realize this is a long term game, and that's one thing that a lot of people need to realize that, when you join this program, when you join the course, it's not going to be like shit done. You know what I mean? Like, okay, but you have to actually put in your own effort. You have to put in your own time. You have to put in your own thought. It's not you're giving what you give is instructions for people to cook their own pie. You know what I mean? They can cook a strawberry pie, they can cook a peach pie, but overall,
Exactly.
you're giving us the systems, you're giving us the oven, you're giving us the flour, the butter, the sugar. You know what I mean? And it's our responsibility to put it together and make it good. If it's not, then it's our fault. Yeah.
Boom. I love that, bro. Dude, I don't think you could have said that shit a better way. Well said, bro. Dude's a poet. All right. Next thing, dude. What would you say to people about the program? Or is there any misconceptions you had? Or one thing.
I
How about
thought
this? If somebody's on the fence, like what would you tell them?
I can connect to Ricky's Wi-Fi now if you want me to.
Yeah, connect.
Yeah, ask the question. It should be better now. Is it working now? Should take a second.
Give me 20 seconds.
There you go. Boom.
All right. So, dude, what was a big misconception you had before joining the program?
I thought it would just be videos, kind of do it yourself, but in reality, you really help us walk it through. It's not just here's a bunch of courses, here's a school, done. No, it's a community, bro. The people that I met in the community, I'm literally on work vacation with one of the people I met in the mastermind. You know what I mean? That's one thing. And then number two is we have the meetings. It's not cookie cutter to the point where it's this is the only thing you do. You know, what the advice you give us is based on what's best for our niche. And I think that's the great and the best thing is that you understand the possibilities and the ways that my niche would be different from somebody in real estate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet it's totally you're still able to guide us in the right direction rather than a lot of other people that it's just yeah, here's a PDF and here's a couple videos. Good luck. You know what I mean? No, you really walk us through it. You tell us what to do, what's proper, what's a good move, what's not a good move. And that's the biggest misconception that I think a lot of people have about courses and about mentorships, especially the modern day ones. But yeah.
Well, that's pretty much it, bro. Ryan, again, I'm very grateful to have been part of the takeover. I will say, I do see you conquering the whole clothing space, bro. You know, I want you to not think 1,500K. I want you to think 300, 400. Shooting for the biggest clothing brands in the world, bro. Because your work is legit. That's another thing. You have to be good at what you do for the audience, right? If you're trash at what you do, yeah, I could probably help you. But to actually scale, you have to be good at what you do. And Ryan is actually. So, dude, I'm very excited to see your growth, bro. And then, yeah, bro, that's pretty much it, bro. All right. Is there anything?
Bro, I appreciate it.
Is there anything else you want to say?
For anybody on the fence, just like David Lara said to me, or when I watch his videos, just don't be a pussy. Just if you in the most respectful way. If you know you need to make a change in your life, just fucking send it, bro. Stop being a puss. You know you need to do it. You know the risk is there, and you understand the concept of risk. Just fucking do it, bro.
100%.
That's the biggest thing, bro. David, I remember watching David's video. And he said, I was okay, I need to do this shit. And bro, it worked. It worked. So for anybody watching this shit, stop being a puss. Take the risk. Be a man about it. Full send.
Boom.
Just go. Done. Conquer.
Boom. That's it, bro. I do want to say one thing, right? Not David. Ryan's at 15K per month right now, right? But 4 months ago, bro, you not knowing how to make 15K a month is a lot, right? Think about that. You not knowing how to make 15K a month is costing you 15K per month. So the audience 100%. Out there, if you're not at 20, 30, 40K and you're trying to figure it out yourself, you're literally losing money by not knowing how to actually do that shit. And if you start to add that, you're losing hundreds of thousands of dollars if you're adding that up in 12 months. So, I mean, Ryan said it best.
It's not even a money thing. One of my mentors, my pastors, he was you not doing what you're good at and not helping people is doing a disservice to the community. Every day that you're not trying to help more people, you're I'm Christian. You're going against God's plan. You're here to create, you're here to help people, you're here to better other people's life. And every second that you're not helping people and you're not actively that's not your main goal, money aside, bro, you're servicing, not taking the risk, not helping your family, not helping your friends, not helping your clients. You know what I mean? And providing them a bad service, just bad. You don't want to do that. And I 100%. Hated that, especially starting out. My clients were why the video so late? It's because because I'm editing 50 myself. Shit, for $20, bro. Yeah. Not worth it. But yeah, so that's what I had to say. Like
Beautiful.
for anybody, that's yeah.
Amen. All right, last takeaway. Praise the Lord, Jesus Christ. He always has a plan for us. Trust him, and he'll lead the way. So, Ryan, again, appreciate you so much, bro.
Bro.
Fucking enjoy that work vacation, and peace, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, Ryan, my guy, I have another call, but, bro, I appreciate you. Enjoy that shit with Ricky. Teach him the ways. Make some
Yeah,
money.
bro.
And
Just
again,
close 3,500 PIF like before you called.
look at you, bro. I'm so proud of you, Ryan.
So much more shit that I need to do though. Oh my god.
It's all right, bro. There's always levels to it. But bro, I want you to be grateful for what you have. Don't forget to pay yourself a little bit too. Also, don't go crazy. Don't have rich man syndrome. That's a big problem I had. I started making a little bit of money and I started fucking gas. I just started spending. Of course, enjoy it, bro. You'll learn as you go. But again, if you always have any questions, let me know, bro, and we'll have a one-on-one call to talk about like actual strategy. But enjoy your day, all right, bro?
Oh, bro. All right.
Peace, brother.